Now that you have opened your AWS account and you created an IAM admin user called Terraform or something else, and now that you have the key pair to log in, we can create a Terraform file to spin up a T2 micro instance. Then we're going to run the command terraform apply, which will process the content of the Terraform file and will then spin up the instance on AWS. Let's have a look. I'm going to use my Vagrant box, but you can also use Terraform from your host system. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clone a Git repository. I'm going to clone my Terraform course repository. You can also just go to this URL and download a zip file if that's easier for you. In this Terraform course repository, I have a directory first steps. And here we have an instance.tf file. Here you see provider AWS. We're going to use AWS. We have to provide the access key and the secret key. We're going to use US East as a region, and we're going to spin up an AWS instance. In Terraform, we're going to call it the example instance, and we specify that it's a T2 micro, and we specify an image. So we'll use this image. These image IDs often change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a website that lists the current AMI IDs for a particular region. I'm located in Europe, so I will also change my region into EU West 1. I'm going to edit this file with Vim, but feel free to use any editor on your workstation to edit this file. I'm going to delete those things. I'm going to add my access key. For region, I choose EU West 1, and then the AMI ID I'm going to look up. The website that I'm going to use is cloudimages.ubuntu.com locator EC2. I'm going to say my region, EU West 1, and I want to run the latest Ubuntu. I'm going to choose for an HVM with EBS because the T2 instances don't have instance store. They only have EBS, which is the external storage. So this is the AMI ID that I'll be using. Paste this here. And then I'm going to run Terraform apply. So now it's creating this instance. And then it says creation complete. It added one resource. So this resource is now created. I can have a look at the AWS console. If I go to my AWS console and I go to EC2, then I will see I have one running instance. And this is the instance that is now being launched. If you don't want this instance to be running anymore, for all the labs whenever you finished, you want to do Terraform destroy, which is just going to destroy this instance so that you don't have to pay for it if you keep it on running. If you have the free tier on AWS, you can actually keep this T2 micro running, but then if you start a second one, you will have to start paying for the second one. So to be safe, I'm just going to do Terraform destroy. So it's refreshing the state to make sure that this one is running, and if it's running, it's going to destroy it. Destroying also takes some time. I'll just pause the video for a second, because first it needs to finish spinning up, and then obviously it can only be destroyed. Another useful command is Terraform plan. Terraform plan will just have a look at your Terraform file, and it will then show you what it's planning to do without applying it to your infrastructure. So here you see it would create again AWS instance example. If you would do plan -out and then out.terraform or any file that you would like to use as output, then the changes that Terraform is going to make, just only this change, will be saved in this out.terraform. So when you do Terraform apply and then this out.terraform, it will only apply the changes that you see here. If you do Terraform apply without this is actually just a shortcut of Terraform plan with an out file, and then it will do Terraform apply this file, and then it will remove this file. So if you use Terraform apply without an argument, it's kind of just a shortcut. If you want to be safe, and this is highly recommended, you always do Terraform plan out to a file, and then you do apply this file, because in this file, or this auto Terraform, will be the changes that are going to be applied to your infrastructure. So then you are always sure that the changes that you just have seen on your screen will be the change that will be applied on your infrastructure. Then you're not blindly applying changes to your infrastructure. In this course, I will often not use it because Terraform apply is obviously a lot quicker than doing first a plan to a file and then apply it to a plan. But if you're going to use this in production, it's highly recommended to use the out file.